As a podcast host, I've talked with hundreds of facility management and workplace leaders, and last year, we finally took these conversations on the road. Now I'm back with new interviews featuring industry leaders based in Atlanta, Georgia. My guest today is Lyle Gladney, a longtime friend from the IFMA community and one of my earliest podcast supporters. He is a past president of the IFMA Atlanta Chapter and currently the Building Operations Director at Clairmont Oaks. I'm Mike Petrusky, and this is On My Way to Work. All right. There he is.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Lyle?
Too much.
How are you, my friend?
Doing well. How are you?
Good to see you.
It's good seeing you.
Welcome to On My Way to Work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Season 2.
All right.
It's happening.
Season 2.
Let's do it.
So I know you've been here before, but welcome to Atlanta, Decatur.
Yeah, Decatur, Georgia. Beautiful out here, my friend.
Yes.
I love it. Hotlanta.
Right?
Not so
not
hot.
today.
Not
Yeah.
so hot.
Exactly.
I'm enjoying the weather here. And what do you call the city? What's your go-to? Is it Hotlanta? ATL?
So ATL.
Peace up, A-Town down?
I like that one too, but no, generally ATL.
Come on.
Got motions, no music, but you got motions.
That's right. Lyle is very hesitant to sing. I've had you on my podcast. You've been a great guest, shared lots of great wisdom from your FM journey, but 3 times tried to get you to break into a little podcast karaoke, and you refused.
Yeah.
You resisted, my friend.
I
You
did.
resisted. I'm very proud. 2024, my friend, and you're living the FM dream.
Yes, indeed.
Working at Clairmont Oaks, taking care of the building, and the
Right.
maintenance, and the people. We talked about that, and still involved with IFMA,
Yes,
the Atlanta
indeed.
chapter.
Yes, indeed. They still have me around.
What can you tell us about your relationships, your community through IFMA?
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So I'm currently immediate past president. So
Excellent.
past president is the title I'll hold from here on
Forever
out.
and
I guess.
ever.
Yeah, it's like past president. So that's
Make
all.
room. The past president's coming through.
Our numbers are
I love
growing.
it.
Yes,
I love it.
indeed. But just the community over the years. I mean, there's so many FM practitioners that I've developed relationship with that I can call on whether they're still active or not. And the business partners have been phenomenal as well. They are there to support us, and they truly do. And sometimes we don't necessarily need something right now, but it's good to have a list of people when you do have the need. It's like, hey, plan A, let me make this call. Plan B, so but a lot of times we don't need a plan B because plan A always comes through. But again, it's good to have options. I like options, Mike. Options are good.
I'm all about it. Partnering for excellence with many options, Lyle.
Yes, indeed.
That's fantastic. So you have to drive around. You're doing the Atlanta traffic thing.
Yes, indeed.
What's that like? You got to fill the time in the car, right? What do you do to pass the time?
Well, so lately I've been carpooling with my wife, so that's been great.
All right. Little couple time.
Yeah, spending the time with her or trying. Before then, though, podcasts, music, no phone calls, but yeah.
I remember your quote, something about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you'll be the same person, except for the people you meet.
In the books that you've read.
And the books that you've read.
Or listened to, in my case.
That's right. Or podcasts you've listened to.
Yes, or podcasts.
I'm
yes.
all for it. I'm
Yes,
all for it.
indeed.
So let's talk about the opportunities here for my audience of facility management and workplace leaders. I know you have a passion for both and the impact we can have on the human beings that occupy our spaces. What are you spending your time? What are you listening to? Are you listening to books about the profession or more human interest type content?
So lately, more human interest content. critical conversations. That's not one of the ones I'm reading that's on my list, but things of that nature. It's like how do you structure the conversation so that no one's offended and you get the information that you need. And that's what the human side definitely, because it's very important to. It's what is it? It's not. They don't care about what you know until they know how much you care.
Exactly.
That one. So it's it's easy at the top of the day if I can be very transparent. I had a little breakfast or coffee, and your problems are my problems. Towards the end of the day though, it's like not the same. I hide it well, but it's not the same.
Well, we're all dealing with it, right? We're all human beings with emotions and a lot going on, and
indeed,
that empathetic leadership is what we need in our community. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what FMs, and especially in the IFMA community, we've been trained for those human factors and understanding how people operate, the psychology and the sociology. It's a holistic view of the human being, and that's where we need to spend more time, that emotional intelligence, right?
Without a doubt.
So listen, what are you most focused on these days? So you're working Clairmont Oaks. Mm-hmm. You've had a history, we talked about, of using technology and maintenance and operations, and then caring for people. And what you're doing there is not much different than what you would do in an office setting or a corporate campus of some kind, even an educational institution. It's all about the built environment and the people that occupy our spaces. What do you think my listeners, the people watching us today, should be taking notice of as far as trends in the industry or things that are happening here in 2024?
Yes, indeed. Well, sustainability is usually at the top of the list. My focus on that aspect is the waste. I mean, we recycle, so that's good. What more can we do though to order to sustain this world? Because no more land, no more real estate. We got to figure out how to take care of what we've got. So that's the focus. The infamous Internet of Things is at the top of the list as well. It's we've got a lot of different programs, a lot of different sensors, BAS, CMMS, all of the buzzwords. How do we get them to work together? For me, how do we get them to work together to free up more time for me to do other things? Right. So that's the key, and also turning preventive maintenance into predictive maintenance. I mean, we're gathering all this data. How can this data help us be smarter in our maintenance and predict critical failures? So that's so those are the top ones that I'm kind of focused on right now.
Hey Lyle, we're getting close to our destination here. Before I let you go, thanks for driving around with me. Do you have any final advice you can offer my audience as we head into the future of the built environment together?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks again for that opportunity. Thanks for having me. This has been great. Time is a precious thing. We have to make the most of it. So it's a slight variation of my last piece of advice, but it's still valid. It's still the most important thing. So
that's well said. Absolutely. You can't get time back, everybody. Like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Why does my mind go to an old soap opera?
Hey, it's the hourglass. That's what it was. That's the hourglass.
Powerful imagery. That's right.
Indeed.
That's right.
Yes, indeed.
Good times. Good times, yes, for sure.
Indeed.
Thank you for doing this. Always a pleasure.
All right.
I'll see you at World Workplace, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All right. Till then, peace out.